Okay, are you leaving money on the table? Maybe without even realizing it.
It happens more than you'd think.
Yeah, when it comes to your investments, what you earn is really only half the story.
Exactly. What you keep after taxes, that's the real measure.
So today we're doing a deep dive into Canadian taxation, specifically how it hits your investments and, maybe more importantly, what strategies you can use to optimize those after-tax returns.
hmm
We've looked at a whole range of sources, and our mission here is just to give you a clear, actionable understanding. No jargon overload, hopefully.
Right. And it's critical stuff. I mean,
hmm
taxes are just a reality, but really understanding the nuances for investment income. That's key. Can unlock significant gains for you.
Okay.
We'll look at the basic principles and then, yeah, dive into some powerful strategies, how to maximize what ends up back in your pocket.
All right, let's cut right to it then. Not all investment income is treated equally by the tax system.
Not at all. And
Oh.
ignoring that difference, it can be incredibly costly.
We're talking interest income, dividends, capital gains. Each one has its own tax story in Canada.
Precisely. Interest income, for instance, that's, well, straightforward. It's fully taxable at your marginal rate,
hmm
the rate on your last dollar earned.
Okay, simple enough, if maybe not ideal.
Huh, right. But then you have dividends, specifically from Canadian corporations. They're handled differently. There's this gross up and then a dividend tax credit.
Sounds complicated. Gross up.
It does sound a bit like jargon, but it's basically a mechanism to adjust for the corporate tax that the company already paid. It makes dividends surprisingly tax efficient for you as an individual investor.
So that credit helps offset the tax.
Big time. Especially if you're in a lower tax bracket. A good chunk, maybe even all, of your federal tax on eligible Canadian dividends could disappear because of these credits.
Interesting. And then there are capital gains. They seem to get a special nod from the taxman.
They do, for now anyway. Currently, only 50% of a capital gain is actually taxable.
So make $1,000 profit selling stock, only $500 gets added to your income for tax.
That's it. But, and this is a really critical insight for your planning, there's a proposed change.
Ah, okay. What's that?
For 2026, potentially, the taxable portion for gains over $250,000 in a year could jump to 66.667%. Two-thirds.
Wow, that's a big difference.
It is. Now, it's still awaiting parliamentary approval, so it's not law yet, but it could definitely shift how you think about selling assets that have gone up a lot.
So the key takeaway is how your income is classified really changes your after-tax return.
Fundamentally, it's not just what you earn, it's what you keep.
Okay, so given these different tax treatments, what can you actually do to minimize your tax bill? Where do we start?
Well, one place is deductions. You can claim certain expenses, called carrying charges, against your investment income.
Like what?
Things like interest you paid on money borrowed specifically to earn investment income, or fees you pay for investment advice, though there are rules around that.
Okay, deductions. Got it. Beyond that, we have registered plans. These always come up, and they sound like, well, game changers.
They absolutely can be. Think of them in maybe two main buckets. First, tax deferral plans. The big one is the RRSP, Registered Retirement Savings Plan.
Right. The classic.
Yep. Your contributions are tax deductible now when you make them, and then your investments inside the plan grow tax-free until you withdraw the money.
Usually in retirement when your income and hopefully your tax rate is lower.
That's the idea. And don't forget spousal RRSPs. They can be a smart way to help split income between partners later on.
Good point. Okay, so that's tax deferral. What's the other bucket?
The tax-free wonders.
Ah, now you're talking.
The main one here is the TFSA, the tax-free savings account. Been around since 2009.
How does that one work? Contributions aren't deductible, right?
Correct. No upfront deduction. But here's the magic. All the income earned inside interest, dividends, capital gains, doesn't matter. It's completely tax-free, even when you take it out.
Wow. And the contribution room keeps growing.
It does. For someone who was 18 or older back in 2009, the total room by 2025 hits $102,000.
That's substantial. Any other tax-free options?
There's a newer one, yeah. The first home savings account, FHSA, came into effect April 2023.
FHSA.
Okay? Think of it like a hybrid. It takes the tax-deductible contributions like an RRSP
Okay.
and combines them with the tax-free withdrawals like a TFSA, but specifically for buying your first home.
Whoa. Best of both worlds.
Pretty much. For that specific goal, you can put in up to $8,000 a year, lifetime max of $40,000.
That is an incredible combination. Any more advanced tactics for managing the tax picture?
Well, there's income splitting. Transferring income-generating assets to family members in lower tax brackets.
But you have to be careful there, right?
Oh, absolutely. You need to be really mindful of the attribution rules. The government has rules to stop people just shuffling assets around purely to avoid tax. The income might still get taxed back in your hands.
Got it. So professional advice is probably key there.
Definitely recommended.
Yeah.
Another thing is timing, like selling investments that have lost value near the end of the year to realize a capital loss.
To offset capital gains.
Exactly. But remember the settlement date. A trade you make on, say, December 30th might not actually settle until January.
So the loss would apply to the next tax year, not the current one.
Precisely. Timing is everything.
Man, this deep dive has really shown how understanding these different income types and using the right plans and strategies can make a huge difference, a substantial difference to your bottom line, your after-tax returns.
It really underscores the point, doesn't it? That tax minimization, it needs to be part of your financial strategy, but, it shouldn't be the only thing driving decisions.
Right. The goal isn't zero tax. It's the best after-tax return for your whole financial picture.
That's the goal. Highest after-tax return.
So thinking about everything we've covered, what really stands out to you listening right now? What's maybe one small adjustment you might think about making to optimize your investments after hearing this?
It's worth considering because remember, even what seems like a small difference in tax treatment, it can compound over time into really significant gains or losses for you.
Absolutely. Well, until next time, keep learning and keep asking those deep dive questions.